once again welcome back in my class. As usual, again I am going to start one more new topic for you children. And what is the name of today's new topic is weather and climate. Yes, this is the topic which we are going to start. And today what main topic I will cover is what is weather and its effect, what is climate and its effect, what are different kind of seasons, and yes, last one is what are the reason behind changing of climate, because climate changes after a certain period. After few months a new season starts. So what are the different reason behind the changing of climate? But before starting this part, I would like to go back to the first topic. What is weather? Yes, you know bachcho, today it was very shiny day, sunshiny day. Yes, but after few hours suddenly it started to rain, again sunlight. So what are these? These are the frequent changes in the weather. So what is weather? Weather is the changes in atmosphere daily basis. Day to day changes in the weather is called, in atmosphere is called weather. Like it is cold sometime, it is raining, it is again sunshine day. So this is all about weather. And climate. What is climate? Climate is the changes in season after a certain period of time. Suppose for example summer. Summer existing for at least 3 to 4 months. After summer winter is there, monsoon is there, and apart from these we have different season, spring and autumn. So these takes not like one day or 2 day or few hours. It takes long time to get change. Yes. So these are what we have covered, what is weather and what is climate. Effects we have told now. Next is what are the different kinds of season. Yes, mainly we have these kind of season. First is summer. What is summer? Summer is a season which is very hot. And what is the time period of summer season? Summer season is not like that we are having twice or thrice in a year. It has a particular time period for which we have summer season. So what is the particular months of the summer season? It is March to June. Yes beta, March to June. This March, April, May and June. These 4 months are particularly for summer season, and it is the long time period when we have extreme hot summers. And during summer season you all know that we are wearing cotton clothes which keeps our body cool. Second season is monsoon. Monsoon is that season which is very nice season, and it is called rainy season. It is the season when extreme rain falls. And what is the time period? It is June to September. June, July, August and September. Almost more than 3 months it is the season for heavy rainfall, and it is the season when farmers get very good natural rainfall for their crops. Next is winter season. Yes, winter season is that season which is very cold, extreme cold, and extreme cold months are November, December and January. It is the season when we wear woolen clothes. Next is spring. Yes, spring is that season which is very pleasant. New flowers blooms, and what are the months for this? This season starts from after winter and before summer. Means ki just after winter and just before summer, it is the almost time period for spring season. And what is next? Autumn. Yes beta, autumn is that season when trees shed their leaves, and it starts before winter. Now this part we have covered in the session. Now next part I am going to start what are the factors behind the changes of climate. But actually what thing happens that whatever things are changing, whatever changes are taking place in anything, there must be a reason. And what are the reason behind the changing of climate? There are certain points which are the real causes behind the changes of climate. Yes, first is distance from equator. Now listen carefully, what is the meaning of distance from equator? Now let's see. It is our Earth, right? And in class in longitude and latitudes chapter I have already discussed that what is equator. Equator is the longest latitude and its degree value is 0 degree. Which is the longest latitude on the earth? Equator. Yes, it is equator. Now see, it is sun. And what is it? This is the sun sunlight is falling on the equator. Where it is falling? Maximum sunlight is falling on the equator and maximum heat is absorbed by equatorial region. Means कि those places which are near to equator, that region is getting extreme hot. But apart from this region, these polar region, yes, their sunlight is not falling directly. It means that light sunlight is falling on the both polar region, North Pole and the South Pole. So now see that intensity of sunlight is decreasing. The quality of sunlight is not so much extreme like what is falling on the equator. So now here we can make the comparison between the heat which is absorbed by equatorial region and both the polar region. Can you make the difference? That here we are looking that direct sunlight is falling on the equator, but on polar region the intensity of heat is not so much extreme. So now we can say that ice does not melt here, it remains cold. So in this region climate is almost cold, where in polar region. But as I said that nearby equatorial region, it absorbs extreme sunlight. So ice cannot exist here. So these places always have extreme and hot climate. Understood? So first point was distance from equator. Second is altitude. Beta, altitude means the places situated at lower altitude hotter than the places situated at the high altitude. It means that the places which are located at the higher altitude at height, that has cold climate. That is why all hill stations which are located at the higher altitude, that has cold region and cold atmosphere. So that is why during summer time, during summer season and in summer vacation, we all go to hill station to enjoy the place. Next is distance from the sea. Now see, nearby seaside we find two kinds of breezes. That is another most important factor behind the changes of climate. First is sea breeze. During daytime the land heat up. Like during daytime when sunlight falls on the land, soil continue to absorb heat of the sunlight, and as soon as sun sets the soil becomes completely hot, and then warm air rises up, and as sun sets the soil starts to evaporate. Means that the hot vapor starts to release from the sea. This is the land surface. Throughout the day sunlight was falling here and the soil became extreme heat throughout the day, and as sun sets this starts to release the warm air in the atmosphere. This makes the way for cool air from the sea to blow towards the land. Now as soon as sun sets and it starts to evening, the cool air from the sea starts to blow through the land towards the land. Next is, this is called sea breeze. Next is land breeze. At night sea remains warm. Now what happens ki at night time open sources of water like sea, ocean and all, that remains warm, because throughout the day it also absorbs the heat of the sunlight like land, and the air above the sea warm up. Now as I shown that here land evaporate the hot air and hot air, but here sea starts to release the hot air and which warm up, which makes the way for the cool breeze. Now breeze is cool air from the seaside. This blow towards the sea. So this is called land breeze. Next is direction of the wind. Now it is one of the important factor behind the changes of climate, because direction of the wind, that also makes that how climate will change. Because if wind is blowing from the hot region, it will blow hot air, and if wind is blowing from the cold region, it will bring cold wind. Wind blowing from the hot region tend to increase temperature. As I said that any wind which is blowing from the hot region, it will increase the temperature, and if wind is blowing from the mountainous region or any cold places, it will decrease the temperature or it will make the place cold. So this was all about the direction of the wind. Now next point, factors behind changes of climate is rainfall and humidity. Beta, before starting this chapter, I want to explain what is humidity. Actually, the word humidity means presence of moisture in the air. Actually, we don't see the air droplets near around us, but this is still present in the air around us. These are very small and tiny droplets which creates the moisture in the air. And when air has moisture in the surrounding, it makes the air humid. So that kind of atmosphere we call humidity. And humidity affects the climate of a place as it causes rainfall. Yes, humidity means that presence of air in the atmosphere or in surrounding. It again causes the rainfall. It is the one of the most important factor behind rainfall. Coastal areas are more humid. Yes, coastal areas are more humid. Coastal areas are more humid because of the wind blowing over this region originates from the sea. Actually, coastal areas are those areas which are adjoined with seashores. Yes. Now you see what happens. These seashore areas, from there when wind blows, blowing wind carries water droplets in it with it. So these areas are more humid. Climate in desert is extremely hot. Yes, climate in desert areas are extremely hot because there is no source for the wind to get along with the water droplets. So their air is not containing any kind of moisture. Moisture is already burned due to the hot wind blowing near around us. So climate in desert is extremely hot, and because it is, and that is why it receives little rainfall. What is the reason behind receiving little rainfall? Because this area is extremely hot and it has no moisture. So there we can make comparison that in desert area, there in air we don't find any kind of moisture, so it is not humid. This area is not humid. But in coastal areas, as wind is blowing from the seashores, it contains water droplet with it, so these areas are humid. So this is the difference between the coastal area and desert area. Now one more topic is to be covered is different climatic zone. What is the meaning of different climatic zone, as it is the factor behind the changes in climate? Actually, on earth, climate is not same all around the earth. Actually, different parts are receiving different amount of sunlight. As I shown in my last slide, that sunlight which is falling on the earth, it is not falling in the equal proportion. So as the sunlight which is falling on the earth is not in equal proportion, somewhere it is falling very less, somewhere it is falling in moderate, somewhere it is falling in very high intensity, in high majority. So here we can find that variation in the falling of sunlight. So variation in the falling of sunlight makes the climate of such type. See, as I said, it is the sunlight. And sunlight, see. Now see, this area, from this part I am talking about, this is the first climatic zone. This is named frigid zone. What do we call? Frigid zone. This is this frigid zone is falling in the northern part of the earth, so this is called north frigid zone. And now we can see that sunlight which is falling slanting, not straight sunlight is falling. What kind of sunlight is falling? It is falling slanting. So sunlight which is falling slanting, here we can see that intensity of the sunlight is very of low quality, as it fails to melt the ice on this region. So that is why this area's ice does not melt throughout the year, and for very less time sunlight is falling here. This is not sufficient. So this area and this is called south frigid zone. This is called south frigid zone. So two kinds of frigid zones we find. First is the north frigid zone and second is south frigid zone. So these are the two areas where climate is extremely cold because of the low intensity of sunlight, because of the slanting sunlight. Clear one part? Second part is temperate zone. Second climatic zone is temperate zone. First is not temperate zone and second is south temperate zone. So beta, temperate zones are those zones, those climatic regions region which is absorbing sunlight in moderate way. Not too hot and not too cold. Not extreme sunlight and not low sunlight. This is the area which is receiving moderate sunlight. So it is again divided into two different parts. North temperate zone, as this temperate zone is falling in the northern part of the earth, and south temperate zone, as this temperate zone is falling in the southern part of the earth. Now this torrid zone, yes, from here to here, this torrid zone. See beta, this torrid zone is divided by equator, and it is the most extreme part which is receiving extreme sunlight. Extreme sunlight means to say that direct sunlight is falling here. Now see, this part is receiving direct sunlight of the sun, so as it remains extreme hot throughout the year, and it is the area which is very humid. And you know that world's densest forests are found in this area only, as its name is equatorial rainforest. And due to the continuous evaporation, due to continuous annual rainfall, this area makes it a dense forest area. So this is all about that. How do we? This is all about that changes in climate. And once again, I can say that this part need to be understood very well, because this is the one of the most important factor behind the changes in climate, because this part over the earth depends on the division of this climate area. So I hope you all have enjoyed this chapter, and I hope you all have understood, and this was all about the brief description of weather and climate. And bachalo, we all know that day to day weather changes. So what we see that now it was the sunlight, it was sunshine day, now it is heavy raining. So what we are seeing, that is related to our chapter. Sometimes we don't know, but this is all about related to our chapter. So if you have any queries, you can write in the comment section. If you want to ask something, you can write in the comment section. And how did you like about this chapter? You can make your comment, you can drop your comment. It would be nice to hear from you. It would be nice to solve your problem if you are facing. Thank you. Have a nice day.